Well, today I'm getting the opportunity to enter a professional racing series. I've never raced wheel-to-wheel on track before in my life. But before we go racing, I should probably show you the car. And this is our race car for the 2024 season of TC America. It's a Hyundai Elantra N. And I know what you're thinking, Hyundai, Elantra, race car, what? Well, if you've been living under a rock for the past couple of years, Hyundai has been absolutely dominating in the motorsport space.
They've honestly been doing so much in motorsport lately with the N brand, from WRC, where they've gotten manufacturers championships, dominating in TCR, TC America as well. They do so much racing and they've been so successful already, and they're just starting out with the N brand.
Globally too. Yeah. I mean, we've got to watch them crush the Nürburgring 24, and we even got to go to their headquarters in Germany and see where it's all made.
And on top of all that, if you guys remember Ken Block, he raced a Hyundai i20 WRC car in the ARA championship, came so close to getting the championship. That car was so fast, and it was pretty sick.
So we're super fortunate that Hyundai even lets us drive one of their cars. You got to impress them with Pikes Peak. It's my turn to make sure that I don't completely disappoint them with their decision.
It'd be good. He's a fast boy.
So this is an Elantra N. It's Hyundai's top tier of the Elantra model, which, if that sounds odd, think about things like GR, Type R, or BMW M. It's all just sauced up versions of the boring base model car. I actually just made a new series that kind of does that, so go watch it.
And the cool thing is that it's actually really close to the street car. I mean, outside, it looks like a street car. You start looking, you see a little hood vent here, obviously some big brakes, but the base of it, the driveline, engine, transmission, the braking system, outside of the fronts, it's all stock. There's such a good base to work with that really it's mostly safety, so roll cage, seats, belts, harness, and then you got suspension, KW motorsport suspension, because, you know, it's a race car, you're on slicks. What you see here is our rain tire, but normally we run on a Pirelli slick. Big brakes, APs up front, but you have the stocks in the rear and you have different pad compounds going. But really the rest of it, it's so close to the street car that we even have to go into N mode to warm up the tires and everything, and then N mode 2 for our actual race. So you're using all the computers, everything, all the traction controls there.
That was actually the craziest part. I thought that this car would have like an aftermarket ECU and stuff, and they were just like, get in, hit N mode, and then when you do a second lap, put it in custom mode. And it's all stuff that you can do on the street cars.
The cool thing about the series is it does showcase what these cars are capable of on a track with just a few key items changed out.
And you may have noticed the crazy interior color. This blue is like Hyundai's performance blue. It's their signature color. And we thought that the car was body in white. So when we designed a livery with green on it,
we didn't really think about the color combo, but hey, you live and learn.
And then out back, we got a 20-gallon fuel cell. Obviously that's for safety.
One of the hottest things a race car can have. And really what race cars complete without? Air jacks.
Oh, I forgot it's got air jacks.
It's the best. Sick. And when you're sitting there on pit lane and they're changing your tires and they just put it in, you're sitting there, you go, and then
that's it.
And then out back you have the only aero that's added to the car outside of the factory stuff. We got a big old TC wing in the back. That actually makes a pretty big difference.
And second most important, sick ass bumper sticker.
Look at that thing.
Most importantly, we got to title sponsor our own livery. So it's something we've been working on for a long time, but this year's been tremendously busy. Who knew that leaving your job to go do your own thing would mean you have to work so much?
It takes so much more time.
Yeah!
So we've been working on this brand in the background a little bit. I mean, you'll see we got a couple little items here and there, but we want to build up what it's really about, and that takes time. We don't want to just chuck another random brand out there, do some random t-shirts, and that's it. We want to build a real story about it.
And we just want to go back to celebrating like what we all love this for, and it's the experience of driving cars. So it's not all going to be racing, but racing is fun.
Yeah, whether it's on track, in the canyons, a road trip with the boys, it's celebrating driving cars and not just letting them collect dust.
My name is Jeff.
So what the hell am I doing? I partnered with a team that knows what they're doing. This is Ricca Autosport, and this is Jeff Ricca. He's been racing for over 12 years professionally, has 36 podiums, 16 wins, and that is more years than I've spent racing on track, even though he looks like he might be exactly my age. He's not entirely stoked to take on YouTube Dingus Gone Racing, but thank you for doing it. You've got 5-car team here this weekend. How many cars do you normally run per weekend?
3 is we do for the whole season. 4 is what we're trying to accomplish. 5, we have the cars.
so why not run them, right?
So Jeff is team owner, also driver, also does pretty much everything. I saw you sitting on tires with 2 computers and a notepad before. The life of owning a racing team looks hectic.
I do engineering. I welded up all the cages. I do all the design work on any type of CAD work for like brake brackets or anything to do with like the fuel cell, all that engineering. And I have a CDL, so I drive the rig too.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So much work that goes into this. When you look at car racing, you think you just show up, get in a car and drive it. But I mean, how much of it is the prep work and the setup?
Behind the scenes, we probably put 100+ hours between races and prepping the car. We'll go through all the fluids, nut and bolt the entire car, cycle out parts that are timed out because you don't want them to fail at the track.
And the boys have been working on the cars non-stop today.
Going through data, because data doesn't lie. You're gonna hear that a lot. Data does not lie. If I ever see anything where you're off throttle or stuff like that.
Damn. So this car picks up over 300 channels of data, meaning every single input that you do down to steering angle, throttle, brake. He could even tell if I hit my windshield wiper on accident. There's no hiding any mistake that I'm gonna make on track, which honestly, I think that's the most nerve-wracking part about it.
Yeah, there's no excuses. That's what it comes down to.
Damn it. I'm gonna do my best to not wad up the car.
The crew has to go home at a reasonable hour. All right.
Thanks, man.
He's picking up. Dude, you're quick! Right off the bat, ripping. Dude, you were like 3 seconds off, 3 seconds off, 3 seconds off every lap.
Yeah, I mean, I was pretty nervous the first couple laps, not gonna lie. And it started like sprinkling, so I'm like, how are slicks in the rain? I've never even driven on slicks before.
Yeah.
This is terrifying.
Yeah. So, this thing is trash. It's like stock trading right here. He's got the craziest info. He's got your GPS lines, throttle input, braking, G's, individual wheel speed. Check it out.
Come in a little bit earlier and make sure you have that inside tire on the curb.
Want it on the curb. So Ron has actually done this before. He just got done with his first race at VIR, and we're trying to do this as a team, but we only have 1 car. So we're each doing 2 races this year, staggering them throughout. Ron's here just for moral support, but
yeah, and to help the guy out. Got 4th place on my first run and 5th on my second. Had a little tiny
honestly,
car
I'm
issue.
so sick of this guy because he did Pikes Peak, broke a record, and then came out and got a hard charger award for his. He can't even make sense in this episode. I'm just a Grom. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah,
this
right.
guy's established big race car driver guy.
Oh my God.
Now,
I literally went into this absolutely blind, and there's so much info. There's a lot that we could pass down and get you up to speed quicker because I had a practice day. You really didn't.
Nope.
You just showed up on race day and you got to do the thing. Trying to give you as much as possible.
I need it. Let's go look at what these guys are doing. And honestly, the scale of this is kind of nuts when you look at like 5 cars here.
Yeah, it looks like a full-on race setup, and all these cars are the same. We're all running in the TC class. We got a guest driver from Canada at this event. We got team owner Jeff. We got Ruben Iglesias. His car's off to the side. You got us, and
kind of nuts that after all of these years of doing track days together, becoming friends through a Hoonigan driver search, I'm now teammates with Sally.
What up, Cole?
How's it going?
Pretty good.
So if you guys don't know Sally, she was part of an OG thing that we did at Hoonigan called Hoonigan's Wanted back in like 2016.
Yeah, it's a long
to
time
choose
ago.
a race car driver.
And over the last couple of years, I mean, you became like an actual race car driver.
I wouldn't say I'm an actual race car driver. I'm just a driver who's racing in a professional series, so there's a difference.
And both of you guys were part of the Grit Brigade. I was watching
Shout out
from
Kato.
Utah from afar. These dudes were hitting track all the time, having a great time.
Need
just doing
Kato
time
out
attack
here, but he
things.
got rid of his S2000.
I know.
So.
It's so
He's part of the 86 crew now.
Yeah, but it's pretty funny that we had like not even a legit time attack team. It was just something we like joked about, and now we're actually on a real race team together. So it's pretty sick.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
I'm excited to race up against you tomorrow.
Putting you in the wall. No, I'm kidding.
Don't say that. I'm really scared. I don't know if that's actually possible.
It's something that costs me money, so I won't do that.
Today's the day, race day, and it's my birthday, so maybe for the first time this weekend, we'll get some decently clear weather. Since we got here, it's been absolutely downpouring. The way the race weekend works is you get to show up for a day early on Thursday and you get 2 practice sessions. I only got 1, well half, because it got rained out.
Every time, we almost had you out. Thunder, lightning, crazy ass rain. Look at it, it's coming in.
Oh my God. Then on Friday, you have testing with the team. So we had a wet morning session, which is good, but you don't really get to feel the car because you're only driving a wet line. Then the afternoon, we had lightning, so it's canceled. I sat on grid in the race car for about 30 minutes, cooking, sweating, panicking, and then they call it off. So now, this morning is qualifying for the race. It's not pouring here, but it's pouring at the track. Qualifying in the wet, race number 1 today. I'm terrified. Whew. My entire family came out to support. Bright and early, it's race day. First thing we do today is qualifying. So we get 4 laps on brand new tires, which means you really get 2 laps to figure out where you're gonna get placed in the starting grid. I've never even driven on new slicks. The first 2 laps are gonna be a real learning experience.
And not only that, but you only have 2 real chances to throw down a heater because they run the fuel tank as low as possible. Brand new tires, the hottest setup you can to get the best time to get this position on grid. So if he goes hot on a 5th lap, the car will run out of fuel, he red flags and ruins it for everybody. So these margins are so tight, it's crazy.
God. At this point, I thought I'd have been on track 4 times. I've been on track 1.5 times. I don't know.
You've been doing amazing
But
already.
the weather looks good, so I'm excited. Quali and race is so close that if anything happens to the car, you're out.
it.
Goal is be quick, but be safe, get through qualifying so we can get into the race. So I did terrible. I was super nervous about driving on new tires. If you guys don't know, when you're on new slicks are like ice until they get up to temp. So I think like I actually went slower on new tires than I did on scrubs like in a half wet day. Really screws my positioning to start the race, but what are you gonna do? They'll probably be in the back of the pack to start, so whatever, it is what it is.
It's okay. It's
I'm
okay.
bummed. I'm super bummed.
This is your 2nd session you've ever done in the car.
Yeah, I mean, I was just like screwing up left and right, so I was just like in my own head because I was so annoyed at how bad I was doing.
Sure.
Time for the first race. Feeling really low on confidence after the qualifying, but I'm trying to not get in my head because it's not gonna do me any good. 40-minute race, starting in the back of my pack, but in the middle of the group of 3 different series. Never done a race start before, never raced with this many cars on track before. I'm honestly kind of freaking out inside. I'm trying to collect, gonna do my best. Let's see how it goes.
It's gonna be a controlled series pit stop.
Started out because the whole qualifying thing is a little further towards the back. We were talking about just keeping it clean and focused and let the race come to you. TCX class, some of the cars got spun. One of our guys, Ruben Iglesias, got caught up in it. Pretty big wreck, a lot of debris, a couple cars that have to be cleaned up. So the safety car came out, put a bunch back up. So now Vin is back in the mix. He's in, I think, 5th overall right now. Just got to put 1 pass down to get that 4th. And then who knows, there's still like 20 minutes left in the race, so anything can happen.
Now finds himself in an excellent position.
I didn't die. so that's great. And I passed a bunch of people, which was pretty confidence inspiring. But it was so much fun. Even passed some TCX cars, which is awesome. The pack I was in, which was like the mid pack, was bunched up pretty much the entire race, which made it really fun. We had a race restart where I nearly crashed into a crash, but then we had a race restart, which was under yellow flag formation laps for about 4 laps, like 16 minutes of formation lap, which gives you a really good opportunity to make a pass because you're bunched up again. And I botched it. I don't even remember what I did, but I screwed up 2 things, lost a ton of space, but it's fine. Overall, it was so much fun. But we got one more race tomorrow, and that wraps out the weekend. I think the weather is gonna be good. I picked up a bunch of confidence today, so I'm really excited. Let's go tomorrow. Last race of the weekend, Sunday morning. Weather's looking pretty clear, but a little wet. I don't really know how the track conditions are. Let's see if I can put it together better than I did yesterday, now that I have almost probably an entire session under my belt. So let's see how it goes. I'm really excited. I had a lot of fun yesterday. I'm hoping the track stays dry so I can continue to push it. Maybe I can improve a bit. On grid, it's probably the most nerve-wracking time. You're just strapped into a car, window net, harnesses, Hans. You just gotta sit and relax. Luckily, it's not hot today. So this time I'm starting on the outside, which is interesting. Last time I started on the inside. Super nervous still. I just gotta get out of my head. I gotta get psyched up. Just have a good time. It's gonna be fun. Don't be such a bitch ass and be scared for no reason. Copy that. Car off, power off.
All good?
We're all good.
Alright.
So on the steering wheel, I have a radio button, which goes to my crew chief. So when you hear me talking about race updates, I'm actually talking to someone on pit lane. It's definitely something new and a little distracting at times, but really, really helpful. It's super rad to have someone on pit lane kind of giving you feedback on everything that's going on. Camera on, off, on, complete. Formation lap. This is the one lap you get your tires hot. You got brand new tires on the front, and you got to put some heat in them before lap 1.
Put a pass down, start of the day. I'm feeling good for him about this race because everything that he's done, yesterday was almost like a practice session. Now it was like good conditions, it's not super hot, learned a lot about the track, his confidence is up. I got a good feeling about this race.
That was scary. I could not see him in my mirrors. Woo! This is so fun, god damn it. Gotta focus. You're f***ing up left and right now. No, but it's okay. I got by that TCX car. Yeah, let's go. 2 passes in 1 race. This is a f***ing race. Let's go. It ain't over yet. Check your flag. I am not letting this survive. This car's faster. We're on the main straight. He ain't getting me. Yeah! Woo! Yeah, that was sick. Oh my god, that was fucking dope. Oh man. Woo! Shut up, I don't care. That was sick. Dude, that was so fucking fun. Holy shit. Dude, the whole time, that was fucking sick, man. Oh my God.
You saved that shit. Dude.
That was so fun, man. Oh my God. I was like screaming the whole time. I didn't think I had a single lap like not chopping it up.
Yeah.
Like the whole race was just like back to back.
And you kept it clean. You kept it clean, man.
That was sick.
Into the weekend.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I was saying I've never had so much fun chasing down like 4th or 5th place.
Come back.
Yeah. I didn't even win. I'm so excited. So I got 4th place, but the whole race was back to back, chopping it up. I got pushed into turns. My left rear wheel is completely destroyed from another car just buzzing it. 40 minutes of full action. So I didn't get a single lap to relax. It was so much fun. Holy crap. Hard charger.
Dude.
Yo, that was so fun.
That guy.
That was so fun.
I saw contact.
Yeah, back, I got pushed, chopped out my rear wheel.
Really?
Oh my God, yo, this is so sick.
That was a sick drive.
Oh my God. Thanks, Mom.
So proud of you.
Thanks, Mom. It was fun.
Good, dude.
This guy, every race, he goes, I don't care what you do, just have fun. I had fun. Rule 1. Of course, man. Sorry, I'm all sweaty and stuff. What is this? Congrats.
Thank you so much.
You earned it. I got 4th. Hell yeah. Congratulations. I'm so proud of you. Hell yeah.
Come a long way.
What a comeback. Oh, fun. Jeff almost smiled. Jeff smiled at me. Jeff smiled at me. I won. I got a Jeff Ricca smile.
Then in TC, most positions gained go to Vin and Atra in the number 76, starting in 6th.
We're team hard chart now because Ron actually won this in his first race too.
And 5th and 4th, just like you.
No way.
Yeah.
Dude, that's sick.
Watch out,
Oh
watch
my
out.
God.
Next race.
Mid-pack, we're coming for you.
What's up?
So it's a little bit more than driving fast, huh?
Mom, you're next.
I'm next.
You're next. We'll take you to competition license school.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You did really great.
Thanks, Mom.